Imagine finding out that animals don't just feel pain. They mourn, dream, play, and have their own cultures. In 2026, science has made huge strides and forced us to ask a question that changes everything. Are we humans the only conscious beings on this planet? Or have we been underestimating the minds of the creatures we share this earth with? From elephants that hold funerals to octopuses that dream and crows that recognize human faces for years, the evidence is becoming impossible to ignore. Today, we're diving deep into the most shocking discoveries about animal consciousness and what they mean for our understanding of life itself. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear might change how you see every animal around you. Let's start with something many of you have probably seen in videos, but few people truly understand the depth of. Elephants don't just walk past their dead. They hold real funerals. They touch the bones of their relatives with their trunks, gently caress them, and often stay beside the remains for hours or even days. Sometimes they carry bones with them for weeks. Scientists have documented entire families forming circles around the bodies of loved ones, standing in what looks like silent mourning. This isn't random behavior. It's memory, it's grief, it's love, and it's forcing us to reconsider what we thought we knew about animal emotions. Orcas take mourning even further. In one documented case, a mother orca carried her dead calf for 17 consecutive days, refusing to let it sink. She swam thousands of miles, balancing the tiny body on her head. And crows, they hold what scientists call funerals. When a crow dies, others gather around the body, stand in silence, and then fly off in large, deliberate circles. These aren't just instincts. These are rituals. These are expressions of loss, of social bonds, of something that looks remarkably like what we call grief. The more we study these animals, the more we realize their emotional lives are far richer than we ever imagined. So why do they do this? It's not blind instinct. It's not programmed behavior. Science now shows that when elephants, orcas, and crows experience loss, their brains activate the same regions that light up in humans when we feel grief. They have memory. They have empathy. They have real, measurable emotional pain. This isn't just touching. It's revolutionary. Because if animals can feel loss this deeply, then the old idea that they're just simple creatures running on instinct starts to fall apart. We're looking at beings with inner lives, beings that feel, but the discoveries keep coming. In 2025, researchers made a discovery that shocked the scientific world. Sharks play. Yes, you heard that right. Leopard sharks and horn sharks were filmed playing with colorful rings and plastic squids, pushing them around, chasing them, and interacting with toys exactly like dogs do. This isn't hunting. This isn't survival behavior. This is play. And play is one of the strongest indicators of consciousness and intelligence. If sharks are playing for fun, what does that say about their inner experience? It says they might be feeling something we never gave them credit for: joy. Now let's talk about octopuses. These creatures have 3 hearts, blue blood, and can change both their shape and color based on their emotions. But here's the part that blows minds. They have distributed brains. Much of their nervous system is in their arms, and they dream. Researchers have observed octopuses sleeping and changing colors rapidly, exactly the way they do when they're hunting or escaping. They're experiencing something while they sleep. They're dreaming. An animal with no backbone, living in a completely different branch of the tree of life, is having subjective experiences. If that's not consciousness, what is? Crows recognize human faces, not just in the moment, but for years. If you mistreat a crow, it will remember you. It will tell its friends about you, and it will hold that grudge. Scientists have documented crows avoiding specific people who wronged them, even when those people changed clothes or wore masks. They have names for each other. They have dialects that change from family to family. They pass knowledge down through generations. This is culture. This is intelligence. This is proof that consciousness isn't limited to mammals. It's everywhere we look, if we just pay attention. And then there's the immortal jellyfish, a creature that can, when stressed or damaged, reverse its aging process and return to its juvenile stage. It can essentially start life over. Scientists are studying it intensely because it might hold secrets about aging, regeneration, and even consciousness itself. What does it mean for a being to have experiences across multiple life cycles? Can something that resets its body still carry memories? These questions are no longer science fiction. They're active areas of research. And they're forcing us to expand our definition of what a conscious life can be. Here's the deep truth emerging from all this research. Consciousness is not a binary switch. It's not something you either have or don't have. It's a spectrum. From the simple awareness of a fish to the complex self-awareness of an elephant or a crow, consciousness exists in degrees, and humans are not at the top of some ladder. We're just one branch on a very large tree. The more we learn, the more we realize that the inner lives of animals are rich, varied, and worthy of respect. This isn't just about science anymore. It's about ethics. It's about how we treat other beings who feel and think. And that brings us to the hard questions. If animals feel pain, joy, grief, and even playfulness, what moral right do we have to treat them as objects? What does it say about us when we test cosmetics on animals that dream? When we keep intelligent beings in tiny cages? When we hunt for sport creatures that mourn their dead? These aren't comfortable questions, but they're necessary ones. The science is clear, the ethics are catching up, and the way we treat animals in the 21st century may be remembered as one of humanity's greatest moral failures, or as the moment we finally woke up. The good news? The future is starting to look brighter. Artificial intelligence is already being used to decode animal emotions. Researchers are developing systems that can translate what animals are feeling based on their sounds, body language, and brain activity. We're getting closer to actually understanding what animals are trying to tell us. But until that technology matures, there are things we can do right now. We can choose cruelty-free products. We can support sanctuaries and ethical research. We can teach our children that animals aren't just things, they're beings. Every small decision we make sends a message, and together, those messages can change the world. Consciousness is not a human privilege. It is a gift of life, shared across countless species in ways we're only beginning to understand. If this video made you see the animals around you differently, then I've done my job. Leave a massive like if this changed your perspective. Drop a comment with the animal that surprised you the most. And if you want to go even deeper, write the word consciousness, and I'll make a follow-up video about how we might one day truly communicate with the minds of other species. Subscribe to @AnimalFacts-XP9JG for more stories that expand your mind and touch your heart. Thank you for watching. Now go out there and treat every conscious being with the respect they deserve. See you in the next one.